The funny thing, when I do the sign of the cross, especially, I don't know, I like that I've kind of been reintroduced to the sign of the cross because for a while, sometimes, especially when I feel kind of prompted to do it when I'm out and about, like walking on the streets and stuff, it kind of is like, fighting off I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who's felt this way, but I think others have felt this way too. Sometimes you can be a bit like, it's a very sinful emotion, but like embarrassed, and I'm embarrassed to say that I've been embarrassed to do the sign of the cross in public. So there was a long portion of my life where I was kind of fighting that embarrassed feeling. Um, Now I've kind of overcome that because I met someone who was just completely just she was not embarrassed and she did it like all the time. Well, that's what it seemed to me. Like we were taking a drive and she was always doing Santa Claus. I was like, what's going on? And then I didn't say anything, but it's like the Holy Spirit just inspired her to just talk about this. She said she does Santa Claus whenever she hears an ambulance, or a police siren, or when she's passing by any building that looks like a church, or if it's a Roman Catholic church, then she doesn't want to miss the chance to bless herself. And if it's not a Roman Catholic church, if it's a church in need, not a church in need, but if it's a church of people who've kind of like gone astray, or not gone astray, but well, in many degrees have gone astray. But basically, one of our Protestant brothers and sisters, it's a prayer. She just kind of crossed in order to like kind of pray for them, to call them so that God will bring them back. And I really liked that. And I was like, whoa, I love that. So ever since then, and she was someone who, because I came to the UK from Nigeria, and I had that kind of disposition in Nigeria, and then like she's just absolutely just she was just killing it, and I was just like, bruh, like for me who came from, I mean, in Nigeria, like it's a very kind of this very religious country, very very religious background. Like this is someone who's living in a way more atheistic, secular society, and yet she's just killing it. Like she's just doing her thing, and she's not ashamed, and she's doing it like often, and just doing her thing. And I was like, it was so inspiring for me, and I just shook, it just shook that thing out of me completely. So I now no longer have issues doing the sign of the cross, but basically my point was that it was like doing the sign of the cross at one point kind of started to feel a bit more like a bit like punishment, or like if I have the proxy to sign of the cross, I'm like, oh, is someone watching? Do you get what I'm saying? There would have been like a bit of like pushback. And because of that pushback, I feel like I started to lose sight of the beauty of what the sign of the cross means. It's like declaring you're for Christ, yes. Also, there's this conscious, like it's like you're authentic before God, and in your authenticity before God, you are being authentic before others. And so, if that looks different from what other people expect, good. That is what you're there for. Do you know what I'm saying? To kind of stand out, let your light so shine before men, they may see you and praise your Father in heaven. To be our authentic selves. And me and ChatGPT talked about this in a video that I will put in a link up top. But yeah, so um, like be authentic before God, and in being authentic before God, to be authentic before others. And so, in a very beautiful way, we do the sign of the cross to bring ourselves into His marvelous light. And what I found, a sister called Sister Cecilia, and she really I feel this bond with her because it's like we share a patron saint, like my confirmation saint is Saint Cecilia, and I find it beautiful that she's named after Saint Cecilia as well. And I know Saint Cecilia, must have. It's interesting to see that Saint Cecilia is patron saint of both of us. So I already feel a connection with her with that in regards to that. And so she gave me this sister Cecilia gave me a cross, and she gave me a cross, and like it's one of those typical big crosses that Reverend sisters wear. And so first, I mean, it can be a bit funny to wear it 'cause I'm not a Reverend sister, but and at first I was feeling a bit shy, awkward. I was like, oh, this really stands out. But then after wearing it boldly for a day or two, this is like my second day of wearing it, and I'm already starting to kind of feel it's just that wearing it, I don't feel it's like I know the fear would be, oh, people saying, oh, she's a religious fanatic, right? But I mean, how can I not be? Because knowing what I know, having experienced what I've experienced, having witnessed what I've witnessed, how can I not be, right? It's like it's easy for you to say that because you don't believe in God, you don't know God, you haven't encountered him yet, but I have encountered him and I know him. So therefore, how can I not be? And now the second part of it is one thing I like about wearing this cross and carrying it boldly is that I feel like before others, there's no longer a need for pretense. And by that, I mean like it's very clear that I'm a Christian. I now wear like this huge cross and this and my miraculous medal. And I like it that way because it's like it's very clear that I'm a Christian. And I think people who have an issue with that will have an issue with that, reject me and continue going on their way. But people who don't have an issue with that would now be the ones to come closer. And so that that makes me happy because it's like I'm qualifying. And if you're into marketing, you know what I'm saying. It's like I'm qualifying my leads. I'm qualifying my acquaintances. Someone who has an issue with the cross, has an issue with my miraculous medal, isn't gonna approach me. Do you know what I'm saying? Typically, they may give me a disgruntled look, but it's like it's how do I put this? So often we have this fear of rejection, but I feel like I now have freedom in rejection. It's like I don't have to pretend I'm something I'm not because those who are willing to accept the crazy Jesus girl in me like those who are willing to accept will still draw near, and those who find that offensive will stay away. You know what I'm saying? And as I mentioned in my reflection on Psalm 1, which was in Thursday's readings, which is today for me, um, yeah, that's not something like it's like we don't want to sit in the company of scoffers. Do you get what I'm saying? And so if me wearing this cross and me wearing this miraculous medal is going to scare away the scoffers, then thanks be to God. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want to hang in their company. Not that we reject them, not that we hate them, we're praying for them, but because of the effect they will have on our own mind when they scoff and what that does to us and how that affects our faith. Um, how that leads us astray bit by bit. And I talk more about that in the video I put up top, so you'll see that around now. And so yeah, so let's not sit in the company of scoffers. Uh, yeah, I hope this video has been edifying for you. If you have questions or need clarity on what I'm saying, I know I may have I don't know if I'm making sense. But if you're interested enough to want to know more, then feel free to drop a question in the comments below and I'll try and get to it as soon as I can. If you want to contribute to the conversation, to the discussion, you can add your thoughts below. Um, if you want to hear more of this, get more of this, then consider subscribing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.